Hello, and welcome to nothing really. I just decided to do a video that is just a bit of a book haul video because I've recently picked up a few books just a couple days ago, and I figured I would show them off what I've got, what may be coming in future episodes of You Should Be Reading. So I figured I'd do a little bit of a book haul video just for fun, just for chits and giggles, if you will. So what did I pick up? Well, let's have a look. Oh, alrighty here. Well, we've got this one right here, Armada by Ernest Cline. This is the second novel by him, the author of Ready Player One. Um, it deals with aliens, a young dude who's always been obsessed with video games, movies, and books and science fiction, and he thinks he's going crazy at first because the UFO that he sees is straight out of a video game that he played. So it's all about that, and I think possibly him helping to defend the Earth. I don't know. It kind of looks that way, so it's definitely kind of interesting. So I figured I would pick it up and give it a shot, see what there is to see, and yeah, one of these days I'll be reading it. The first one, Ready Player One, that I read of his was quite a quick read, so I expect this one to be very similar. What else did I get? Well, I also have the Vidon, which is the second one in the Dalek War, the first Dalek War by Gene Johnson, um, who did the Terrans. So I'm really interested to read that because I enjoyed the first one quite a bit. And this one's all set, I believe, on the Vidon homeworld and them learning all about the Vidon culture and stuff that happens there. So I'm definitely interested to check this out. Um, I don't know what the third one's going to be, and I do want to check out theirs is not to reason why novels um, that she's done. It's also set in this universe, although I think it's much later in the universe. So I'm definitely interested to check this out. I'm going to be reading this at some point. Don't know if I'll do a an actual you should be reading on it, but maybe who knows? Who knows? I also picked up. Finally, I managed to find Mona Lisa Overdrive, the third book in the Sprawl trilogy by William Gibson. I've got the second one, and I read the first one, Neuromancer, and I did a you should be reading on it. I've got the second, haven't read it yet. I kind of wanted to wait until I had the pardon me, the third, and now that I do, I can delve into that and do some fun cyberpunk reading because I do love my cyberpunk. So that's good. I managed to find that. Then I grabbed two books by Jennifer Estep, Spider's Trap and Bitter Bite, because I found out when I was there and I went checking to see if there was a new one, and I found out there was two new books that I didn't have. Um, so this is putting me at three and a half books of hers that I need to catch up on and read. Set in the Elemental Assassin series with Jin Blanco, who's really quite interesting and amazing. And like I said, when I did the first book in this series, this is one that has consistently over the time, um, not in all the books, only when it is perfectly reasonable, and sometimes perfectly not reasonable, depending on Jin's character, because she's a little interesting. But this book has actually had sex scenes in it, not like super graphic sex scenes, but very erotic sex scenes that are quite nice, quite well written, um, and like I said, very realistic and reasonable. They happen when these things could conceivably happen between people. Um, Sometimes when they might not conceivably happen to most people, because like I said, Jin Blanco is a little interesting. So yeah, these are very good books, very good urban fantasy books. I really like the series. I like what's been done in it. Um, Jin Blanco is fantastic, uh, total badass, and I do love the total badass characters, especially the female assassin badass characters. I have a bit of a weakness for them. So that's my little book haul. I had those five wonderful little books that I picked up recently, and I'm going to be reading them at some point in the future. I've got a few other new books as well. I picked up Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children. I'm going to read that, and there's a couple others, but I picked those up 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I can't remember exactly which ones they were, so I'm not going to get into them. But just a little book haul video for you guys to just be, hey, look, I've got new books. Just something, if any of you have never heard of these books, you might be interested in checking them out. A little bit of a showcase. So that's pretty much all there is for this little book haul. As always, if you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. Usually try and get at least one out a week. Usually more I tend to be able to, but at least one is my promise. And throw a comment in the comment section if there's any new books that you guys have picked up, or have you checked out any of those? What did you think of them? Uh, Try not to spoil them for me, because I don't like to spoil books for people too much. I try to put that on the down low. But do all that. And until next time, my friends, you all take care.